Bigbossjock. Day 146 of the protest. Episode 92 of the radio show. I'd like to give a good afternoon to all the satellites that are up in the eastern sky. They hover over there at night. They also can be located in the south of where I'm standing presently. Who's listening in today? Well, what I'd like to say is that you all seem to stay away. Wow. Couldn't someone help me out? Send a radio my way? I see it's getting a little frustrating. Someone just drop a radio off. Please. A signed contract that I'll be in my place. So I'll behave. You don't want to say anything? Because you're the wrong community. Speaking right to you. Well, looks like you might have a dilemma if you're the leadership. If all this works, well, let's see what happens with the truth. Someone might have a bigger fan club. Meaning, well, if we're going to wait until I can do everything without any help from anyone else, how's that going to be? An uprising among everyone's populations? Well, I'd say anywhere the banner flies, such as the USSR, well then, those leaders I'd be interested in meeting. Sitting down with, having a lunch. Maybe a brunch. And if you're not online, to your population, wherever the USSR flag doesn't fly, Rome back in the day, well, you know what happened. Right there. Imploded. Saw there was a big influx of immigrants today. That was the same theme on the different channels. Muslims are in town. Realism's based on seeing that I am principally, that's where I started. Fundamentally, I'll say that I'm Christian in the sense that I am a believer in Christ, not that I'm a Yankee Christian. They is, and they're a Christianist. They believe in the funny bunny to celebrate Jesus' sacrifices, and for his birthday, for their prophet, they celebrate a Santa Clown with funny reindeer that fly through the air, and they have another story, one after another. Leave out nog that's spiked and cookies too, and get their children to believe in that story rather than the truth. And any time the story of Jesus is mentioned, I don't want to say any, but overall, take a look on the mainstream programming. Scoffed at, questioned, laughed, chuckle. The story of Jesus. Listen to the computer intonation if it's mentioned. And so you can directly go analyze The View. The last 4 years. I watched it for 2. So do those 2 if you like. We're in August 17. Listen to the intonation which is given if Jesus is mentioned. And it depended on the personality. There was one that didn't. But even a few guys, or the cast of that show, were limited to what they could say. So even though they considered themselves a believer in Christ, they weren't able to opine they couldn't give us their opinion. Not much of a mention. When in a normal situation, I'm guessing, but I would think they mention their faith much more often, and it's more at the center of their being. Because they know where they're trying to get to. They believe in that doctrine. Problem is, many of you, speaking to the whole public, have gone off track. You think that your country's been being led by good. Now look how off you were, and how they programmed the population. Which place has the most MK Ultra programming going on? The one with the pedophiles. On the front page of the paper. Let me see, what does it say? Oh yeah, that's right. The local leader of the Catholic Church sent from their headquarters, located right there by Rome. They have their own flag and they get to claim asylum. That's evil. And the people tolerate. That's their parishioners. Such behavior. And look at, before I go any further, I don't want you to think I'm biased. And they're right there, and I'd say, it's not so, more far, because of conspiracy reasons. I mean, you two compete, you have your orders, so I wouldn't want to, that means your secret ones. Mom, and I'm a former one. I didn't go after I was 13. That was the last time I went to church. It was about that age. The Mormons, they're who carried out the Kennedy assassination. Go ahead and sue me, Mormons, and we'll talk about that. Well, because they have certain titles, brother. Well, should I say them? I've done them publicly. Brother winners. That's how it is when they're members, sisters, brothers, part of the same community. Speaking to you, Mormons. Maybe some of you are former ones also. Because the doctrine of that religion, it does have some good teachings that should be kept, but there's other ones that need to be accepted. That is, the doctrine was flawed, and it was flawed right from the beginning. There's two books. One's called the Mormon one, and the other one is a prize. Those two should go get Fahrenheited. 451. Go get the job done. And the Bible, go back before the new one. And the other new version of the other edition that was new, the special new one. Because it's part 1 with Act 2. The new Bible. The one that was revised last year. Get it on your screen. Oh, don't worry, they'll update it for you. You can get the better one. It's out this month. Yeah, it has the revisions. See what's going on? Things are getting distorted. Technology. What the goal, if you kept with this path, would be to interface with computers. And that's what I'm experiencing. You'll find out. It's not very pleasant. You never want to give up any part of your body to a program. I'm just saying from personal experience. Not allowing any type of chip, interface, in any way. What type of implants? Oh, women's birth control. IUDs. I don't know if they count. They have other contraptions and things. Birth control. I don't know. Other letters. Well, that counts technology. Existed for a long time. procreation. Well, that's something. That's what the doctrine is supposed to be about. When we live in a world that's being controlled by people who fornicate. That's our way, and that's what they're promoting each and every day. In some way, watch their programs. They got some letters and they're mentioned often. Then with the computer-generated intonation, people who don't have an accent, they'll give a bisexual accent to make it look as if there's more in the group. You realize this is what's going on, public, don't you? It's a deception. And of course, sometimes they do have that accent. I'm not saying they didn't. And I'm not saying it's acceptable. No, fornicating, it's right there in the Bible. That the whole world will be fornicating with the beast. So let's go to the Nazis. In the 40s. Technically, DNA, if you looked at the family tree, his name, Aloy Bruner. I only knew him as another abuser. He drove the gas van. He'd be known as my grandfather. See, that's difficult to say on the family tree. Or to think. And not because he drove the gas van. I called John, D-A-D, all the way until 4 months ago. I did that without knowing I wasn't the same DNA. I still call him Dad. At the same while, it's very difficult playing the same game. Well, I know what happened when the gamma ray was depressed. Very difficult doing this. But I'll continue. Yeah. I figure I got 17 years of work years left in me. I'm gonna go till I drop. Might be along the way. And I'll get into it. I don't have any health care, but you're the frequent listener. You already know about that. Soy yo, gran jefe. Adentro a mí, nuestro único Dios, nuestro Señor, Dios que me ayuda a hacer eso mismo. Yo digo gracias a nuestro Señor, nuestro único Dios. Fernando fuera. It's a Bigbossjock. Only God is who helps me do this wrong. And I do say thank you to our Allah, Father in heaven. Bigbossjock, signing off.